Welcome back. KU football just had their spring game last Saturday, as everybody knows. It was a kickoff of the Les Miles era in the Kansas program. It was fun to see a good amount of fans in the home side of the stadium. The crowd stayed there for the good majority of that spring game. And Les Miles said in his last spring practice presser that Thomas McVitie has the slight edge over Carter Stanley in the Jayhawk quarterback competition. McVitie is a transfer from Mesa Community College. He was a top-rated JUCO quarterback in the class, according to 247 Sports. Now, Carter Stanley is someone who was inconsistent in Beatty's program, but to be fair, there was no consistent starter throughout the season last year. McVitie is a taller, faster, he has better scrambling ability, and arguably has a better arm. All of that is a plus, and the fact that he already has college experience, rather than being straight from high school. Those are all bonuses. Yes, this fall season is a while away, and there's still a lot for both quarterbacks to prove over the summer. Regardless, I think McVitie makes sense as he was a prospect who was chosen by the Miles staff, rather than Stanley, who was picked up in the Beatty's era. I would bet McVitie is starting against Indiana State on August 31st, but who knows, I've been wrong before. Hashtag Hail to Old KU. That is the football class of 2020's recruiting slogan. The class just got a new recruit yesterday. Keith Miller, the 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver from The Colony, Texas, verbally committed on Twitter yesterday. His tweet read before the announcement, "What is understood doesn't need to be explained." Keith Miller is the third wide receiver in the 2020 class, and he most likely will fill a slot position for Kansas, which should put him in position to compete for playing time right at the very beginning. And here's a look at the 2020 class rankings in the Big 12. This is the first class that Les Miles will be able to recruit a full year for. And the Jayhawks currently rank 5th right here, just behind Les Miles' former team, Oklahoma State. Iowa State is in 3rd, and Texas is at number 2, and Oklahoma is sitting in the 1st spot. Texas, Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and Kansas are still even at 5 recruits committed in the early signing period. The 92nd Kansas Relays are being held at Rock Chalk Park. They start today and will run through Saturday. Today there was the men's decathlon and the women's heptathlon today. They aren't finished, but we do have some early results in. In the women's heptathlon, after 2 events, Kansas freshman Tony England was in 2nd with 100-meter hurdles and the high jump out of the way. England was 1st in the hurdles with 14.64 seconds. She came in 3rd in the high jump, leaping over 1.5 meters. There's another Jayhawk in 5th place overall with 2 events out of the way is Cameron Thomas. She came in 6th in the 100-meter hurdles with 15.22 seconds, and she jumped 1.56 meters in the hurdles, coming in 5th. Keep in mind that those results are a little delayed, so it's a little different from now on. And looking ahead to Thursday, there's the hammer throw 800-meter run and the 5,000-meter run, which is Sharon Lokitty's bread and butter. She set a school record for it in last year's Kansas Relays. On Friday is when the track really gets busy, as high schoolers are in the mix in the competition too, as well as college athletes. Be sure to tune in Friday to get all your Kansas Relay updates. The Kansas Basketball Awards Banquet was last night, and there is only one award given out, the Danning Manning Mr. Jayhawk Award. Dedrick Lawson took home the award at the end of the night. He averaged 19.4 points per game and 10.3 rebounds. 3rd consensus All-Team All-Americans we talked about earlier. Dedrick capped off his speech saying, "KU was truly a blessing for me and it was the best experience he had in college." And in other news, really quickly, everybody's been wondering whether or not Bill Self is going to go to the NBA. And he once again sputtered that comment last night by saying that he is expecting to stay here next year and further. That's all for the sports today. What do we got left to do, Emily?